So now we're going to discuss how to place a short leg cast. This can be done in emergency department setting, not if you're anticipating a great amount of swelling, but I think everyone should know how to put on a short leg cast, whether it's in an office or an emergency department setting. Our base layer in a short leg cast is stockinette. You can use cotton stockinette, polyester stockinette. It's your preference as far as that goes. Stockinette can always be cut excessively long. You can always cut extra off. If you make it too short, you can't add to it. So we always tell people, make it as long as you think you're going to need or longer. Our second layer is padding. So we'll go next with a layer of soft padding. At each end of the cast, you want to be sure that you have plenty of extra layers of padding. You should plan to leave the very tips of the toes uncovered. I think if you plan to leave the entire toe uncovered, you're probably leaving too much of the foot uncovered and not getting enough stability. The three areas that are most important to cover with adequate but not excessive amounts of padding are the ends of the cast, where there's going to be pressure when they walk, and the heel. To cover the heel, I like to start at the malleolus, come around the heel, cover it again, and come back. It's not the bottom of the heel that needs to be covered, it's the back of the heel, the spot where you get a blister when you wear a new pair of shoes. Most people have never had a blister on the very bottom of their heel. Unless you walked on a deck when it was too hot. So the padding, other than in those three areas, should be about 2 layers thick, not excessive. At the ends, you put 3 or 4, however many you think you need at the end. The fracture in this case could be anywhere between the very distal tibia, the heel, the talus, or the midfoot, even a metatarsal base fracture. If I had something more toward the metatarsal heads, I'd probably come out even further past the ends of the toes, just to support those toes a little bit better. Our victim has chosen a purple cast. So depending on how fast you are at putting on a cast, you can choose to do 1 layer at a time. The warmer the water you use, the faster the cast will set. The fiberglass sets quickly with warm water. It's a warmth dependent reaction, so the warmer it is, the faster it sets. You do not want to pull tight. We use a stretch relax technique where you pull the fiberglass out, let it relax as you come down, and set it on the patient so that you're not getting anything too tight. We like to go from one end to the other with the bottom layer and then fold it down. Do not make the mistake of folding your stockinette down over the padding and then not having any fiberglass underneath this when you fold it down. If you do, then the stockinette and the padding just scooch down inside a cast, and if you look around at people walking around in casts, you'll see some of those, and it leaves just the fiberglass sticking up at the end of the cast, and it is quite painful. Imagine having sandpaper rubbing against your leg for the duration of your casting. Not very comfortable. If you do happen to have a step stool like this handy, you can put the foot down on it, scooch out a little bit. You want to keep the foot flat so that they have a nice walking surface. This will make a nice walking cast for her. If you want to do a little bit of fun decoration, you can add the decorative stripe. I like to fold, I like to fold the fiberglass in half. Makes a nice bold stripe that you can't see through. If the kids choose a dark color, they can get a silver Sharpie. It'll write on anything. Everybody's worried about being able to get their signatures on the cast. And you can finish it off with a little very un-Dr. Bray-like decoration.